Hi everyone, hopefully this is the beginning of a 6 by 10 shed. So I started the floor here. I've got 2 by 8 by 10s and then 2 by 6 by 10s. And I'll run the joists across from side to side. So we'll see if I'm able to finish this before winter time. Okay, so I've got the floor framed and I just slapped a coat of paint on. Might as well. It's pressure treated wood, but I had the paint. It's at 2 in 1. Now it's got the primer and the paint in it. I used it for the greenhouse or the lean-to. So it's exposed and I had the paint sitting around, so I used it. So that's it for today. Made some good progress. Okay, so now I'm securing the floor down to the frame. And I cut a lot of these pieces of plywood with a circular saw. Cut them all with a circular saw. And they're not perfect. And the 2x6s, they're not perfect. So I was wondering how to get these nice and flush, because when I put the framing for the walls, I'm going to have a little bit of a lip on the siding, so the siding's actually going to go onto the frame here for the floor, and overlap the side here, and I don't want this sticking out, so I was trying to finesse it, and then I figured just do the best I can, and then I have a flush cut router bit that I can use for, like, if I have any overhang here, I can just go over that with a flush cut router bit. Just a couple of places I need to do that so that I don't have a bulge when I have the siding, going up the side here onto the framing for the walls. And I'm using these 2-inch exterior screws here. And I know white isn't the best color for the floor of a shed, but I just had it. In short term, I put that on, and then I'll probably go over it with another coat of something darker color. This is enamel though, so it does offer some protection. Yeah, that's where I am, at the floor of the shed. So what I want to do next is start on the roof. And I think I've seen this on the New Yankee Workshop. I'll take two 2x4s with a block of wood between them. And that way I can cradle a beam. So I want like, I don't know what they call it, a ridge beam or something, going from one end to the other, and then I'm going to have rafters. So I'll put two 2x4s together on this side and the other side, again with the block of wood in between them, and they'll be able to support a 2x6 that I'll have going in the center, at the ridge of the roof, and then I could try to measure my rafters, and I'll make one, and then I can use that as a template. Okay, so I put some braces up so I can put the, I know what they call it, the ridge beam up, and then I could put the rafters onto that. So it's 10-foot long rafter, and I'll just rest it, cradle it, and these two braces, and then start working on the rafters. So I have the beam up, and now I can concentrate on the rafters. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. And you can see what it looks like. It's a 2x6. Okay, so I have two of the walls with the sheathing on, and because it's up on cinder blocks, I was able to put these on cinder blocks before nailing them, and I just used shims, as you can see there, to get it perfect. And of course it really stiffened up the walls as soon as I got the plywood on. And then I was putting these blocks in between also. Got all this extra lumber that I'm using, putting to good use. And it's starting to sound like a shed. There's an echo in here now. Okay, so I've got the bird blocks up in between each of the rafters, and I've got my first piece of plywood up on the roof there. I'm not lugging up 4x8 sheets of 3/4 inch. I had a 3/4 inch piece of plywood in the cellar, so I cut it. I'll just stagger them. So I'll be happy when the roof's on, and then I can start putting the tar paper on, and then see how good I am at shingling a roof. So I'll get back to you once I have the plywood on the roof, and hopefully I can get the two pieces of siding on these two sides here. Put the door in last. I'm reusing a door also that I have. Okay, so I have the plywood on the roof on both sides. I had to get up there for a minute. A little scary. I don't know how I'm going to do the shingling. Need to get some tar paper up there, but there's really no rain forecast in the foreseeable future. And I have to put the sides on the front here, and then I had to buy another panel so I can do the triangle, two triangles up at the top there. Probably do some framing also, so I have something to nail to. A couple couple of studs in, but looks okay. I thought maybe that was going to be the hardest part, but I don't know about the shingling. That could be a little scary. So this is New England Gardening. Thanks for watching.